Oh my word, where was I this week? Look at this, guys. Zone 3. I'm not even on the edge, right in the middle of Zone 3, more or less. I was way out this week. But that wasn't that far from the average. In fact, I think I might have gone slightly higher than the average. When I first looked at this, like 10 minutes ago, I thought, how on earth have they gone all the way up there? So let's have a look. Let's have a look at what the judges have done then. So quite a big spread on the judges' crosses here today. Look at this one up here. This is Jenna Shalaki's. It's miles out. How can you possibly look at where he's looking, look at his eyes, and possibly think he's looking up there that close to himself? That's absolutely insane that anybody would think is up there. That's a red card, and she's got to be sent off for a week or two now. That's clearly going to go. As far as I'm concerned, this one here is probably the only one that's on the right height. We did expect some of them to go a little bit higher. As one of the boys always puts it, the Mile High Club. There is a bit of a cluster over here. How many judges were there this week? 8. So I think they're going to have to take that. That one there is ridiculous. It's got to go. That's absolutely nonsensical. This one I think they'll probably take out because it's so far out from the cluster, even though I think that's probably one of the most accurate ones in there. Let's have a look. Let's skip on further on and see what they've decided to do. Yeah, that's exactly what they've done. They've taken the absolutely insane one out from over here somewhere, and they've taken that one out there. I don't think the judging was particularly good this week. I think it was a bit of a shambles. However, I think Matt done a good job this week by just keeping the cluster together, the 6 in the cluster, and removing the ones that were further out of the cluster. I think that's the obvious thing he should have done, and it's what they normally do. Apart from when we have a bad day when he decides to change it. But this week, I think the way he judged it, the way he judged the judges, I think was correct. So even though I'm zone 3, I think he done the judging correct. I wouldn't have put it there, to be honest. I think it's a bit too high, especially as some of these have gone a bit too high. But it's feasible for the player on the left there. Anyway, let's have a quick look at this week's picture and what have I done so far. Alright, so I put one cross in there so far. That was my first glance at it earlier on. I'll draw a line from the players just so we can see what we're looking at. So if I draw a line from this guy's eyes through my cross, that sort of looks feasible, doesn't it? I mean, it's not... I always change them. It's always subject to change, you know that. It's not a permanent fixture until the end of the week. But he looks as though he could be looking at that. And this fella down here in the background, let's draw a couple of lines from him. Yeah, I don't think that's a million miles out there, is it? Where's his eyeball? There it is. So that's what I've gone so far. I might leave it in that area for a couple of days and see how I get on with it and take it from there. But first glance, looking at him there, that's because that's in line with, in theory, where he's looking and his forehead, as though he's about to head it. He couldn't have headed it yet because his arms are forward. If he'd headed it, his arms would have been back. So it looks like he's coming towards it, or running towards it. And yeah, I'm quite happy with that where it is at the moment. So where do I put that? What's the coordinates for that one then? 2410 1017. So yeah, I think our average was probably way out this week, but then we didn't have many people leaving across last week. There was only 5 of you plus myself. But a lot of you have promised to leave across this week. So having said that, we don't want too many. It's no good having 70 or 80 crosses in there, is it? It'll just confuse the issue. So yeah, I'll do what I've done the last few weeks, and I'll leave a comment, a pinned comment at the top, asking you to reply to that particular comment with your coordinate. And if you can just leave one coordinate, and I'll add them through the week, and then we'll do another one on Saturday, and see where we are with the average. Right, nice and short one this week. Thanks, guys, and good luck for next week.